welcome here for your weekly highlights. Today we start off with the Whalers and Flames, and the Whalers start it off early somewhat, scoring 6:04 left in the first period here against the Flames. You get to see why the Whalers, they had a chance against Quebec last time they played them, so you get to see here why Hamilton lays down a good shot, glove side, Rich just doesn't have the time to react to it. That's unfortunately the way it goes sometimes, but the Whalers took advantage there, and the Whalers go up 1-0, and here you get to see a really good shot of it. Learning some stuff from that game. And now you go over second period, and there's another score. Now, unfortunately, I cut that one wrong, but Andrei Svechnikov gets the goal. You can see here what's going on. Watch what happens on the replay, because if it'll ever show the replay. Okay, here we go. So, Svechnikov, he turns around here, he looks for something, he shoots on goal, he gets it over the stick. Simple as that. But that gives Harvard a 2-0 lead, and we haven't even broken for the first intermission yet. Wow. But that would be it for that period after that one. So Hartford goes up 2-0 in the first period. You're the Atlanta Flames here. You're at home. Not a good situation to be in, but just wait. Just wait. As you can see, but just wait. You might get your chance. But still, at the first intermission, it was 2-0 in favor of the Hartford Whalers. Now let's go and see what happens after the break. What? Oh. Nope. Something glitched. There we go. So that one was scored by Miller on the Flames. Oh god, I hope they're not like that. So Miller gets the goal. TJ Miller, of course. He gets the goal for the Atlanta Flames. Good shot there by him. But you know what? He still has to dig his team even further out of this hole that they're in. Down 2-0 here. Oh wait, that's right. So there was no scoring in the second period. That's why 2 scoreboards flashed up. And then you see here in the third period, that's how they started off, getting a goal against Tuukka Rask. Sorry, I was so confused for a second. Now I realize it's the third period. And here you see, shot, Saul saves, Hamilton shoots and gets his second of the night. Oh no, wait, no, that one's going for Glass. That's right, Glass tips it in. So Cody Glass gets his goal, first goal with the Hartford Whalers. Very big one for him. As you can see here, pass, shot, and it goes in on the redirect. That's just something you can't predict. So I honestly don't blame him with the goalie there. But you're down 3-1 now. How are you going to respond back? Well, you'll see in a second, because Atlanta, they don't like going down without a fight, it seems. So, here we go. 25 seconds remain in the period. No, wait. Oh no. Here comes Hamilton. It's over to Marchand, and they score. That's right. I fooled you. The Atlanta Flames didn't get the chance to come back into this game. They put the dagger in the heart of the Flames. They're up 4-1. It's game over. You already know the Hartford Whalers are going to win it. And that's where the game would end, I believe, at 4-1. If it'll ever get through the highlights. But yeah, the hot game ends at 4-1. Hartford gets their first win of the season. Atlanta facing another heart-wrenching loss. It's not something that you like to see when you lose at home. Home opener. After getting beat at home. But you know what? That's just the way it rolls sometimes. Atlanta would come. But now we head over to Denver, Colorado, as we get ready for the game between the Minnesota Northstars and the Colorado Rockies. Both these teams came off interleague match wins. Both teams are riding high. But as you can see here, the Northstars riding a little higher as they score a goal quick. Less than 5 minutes into the first period, and they're already up 1-0. So you can see Ryan Sutter. He's happy to get his goal. Defenseman. You're going to see a lot of defenseman goals in this league. And you can see he just gets it right past the skate of Rada there. This goal was a good one. But then you pop in, you're still in the first period 5 minutes later, and what happens? There's another goal. This time, again by Sutter. Sutter on the board twice already. So, what are you going to do if you're the Colorado Rockies now? I mean, look at this goal. He does a wraparound, he gets it to the stick side of your goalie, and you're in a bad situation there, because it's not like he can just put out his glove and catch it if it was on his catching or on his mitt side. But he does get it around, puts it between himself and a defender, or puts between the goalie and a defender. But so now it's 2-0, and here we're still in the first period. What's going to happen now? Look at here comes Northstars. 3-on-2. Nope. It's Jamie Benn. He gets a goal for the Northstars now. And the Northstars are up 3-0 quick here in the first period. If you're a Rockies fan, you're starting to go into panic mode. You know, you're down by a lot. You have not a ton going on for you. And this is what's happening for your team. Happening to your team. Your team has to step it up soon. I mean, I wouldn't be too happy if my team were down like this. But that's just the way it is. So you have there. And then you go over to the face-off. And now, oh, that's the end of the period. Finally, the Rockies are breathing a sigh of relief as they go into the locker rooms. Down 3-0 though. You know, maybe the Rockies could get a chance to come back in this game in the third period. We'll see what happens here. You can see the highlight reel. Boom, Sutter number 1. That's goal number 1 from Sutter. Then you're going to see, I think, goal number 2. No, it's going to be Ben's goal for the second one. What a good goal. But we're going to head it out to the first intermission, 3-0. And this is where it gets even worse. Klinsberg over to Sutter. Sutter gets the hat trick. 4 goals, and he already has 3 of them. Ryan Sutter really trying to vie for a spot on the FTHL versus NHL All-Stars. You know, a very good goal there. Gets it right by Phil Kessel. Gets it right by the Rockies defense and gets it right into the back of the net. He's really trying to vie a spot for his services. And just, the game really isn't going the Rockies' way, it seems. Maybe they have a chance for a comeback. We'll find out soon. Let's see what happens. No, not in this period at least. They have to make 4 points. They have to make 4 goals in the matter of 1 period. So you got to be thinking to yourself, wow, Rockies really need something going for them here as we go into intermission. You know, Sutter gets the only goal on the period, so that's going to be something crucial. And now you're going into the third period down 4-0. This is where it gets even worse. Radlov scores 5-0 in favor of the Northstars. And this is where the Rockies eventually get tired and decide that they need to switch up goalies here. You know, it's a smart decision here. You know, you're trying to vie. Of course, we have the playoffs at the end of the season. You don't want to end up in the 4 seed like you did last year. So it makes sense that you're going to try and switch up goalies into the event that you do have a chance at a comeback in this game. I can't blame them. And they put in the former Avalanche player as their starting goalie. So here we go. And this is where the Rockies finally get a chance. Not quite. Jamie Benn over to Radlov. Radlov gets his second in the game. This is a massacre. Alexander Radlov is just, and Ryan Sutter just taking control of this Rockies team. The defense really fell apart, and you can see that this team really didn't do what they needed to do. Of course, you know, struggling and all that, but you know what? This is what happens on occasion. You struggle, and you can't pick yourself back up. But here is where the Rockies are going to finally get their chance. Nope. No, it's not. Oh, yes, it is. Here we go. The Rockies coming down ice. Trying to get something done at least before the game is over. And Ratton shoots on the glove side. Maybe Ben Bishop gave it up like, hey, I feel bad for you guys. But Ben Bishop had a really good game all around. Miko Ratten giving the Rockies fans something to cheer about before the end of the game, but it just isn't enough, of course. 1.7 seconds left on the clock. This game would end 6-1 in favor of the Rockies. Of course, the building gets electric with the shot, but you know what? It just isn't enough for them to make a comeback into this hockey game. Of course, as you can see, 1.7 seconds there. You're going to see the face-off. You're going to see the Stars touch it. And they're going to see them shuffle it down. That'd be the end of this one. But now we're headed over to the California Seals playing the Brooklyn Americans in Oakland. Gibson, good goalie. But here is where it starts off. First period. The Brooklyn Americans, a lot of maneuvers there. Making sure they get the puck down ice. What happens here? Pass to Sketchy. Sketchy over to Butcher. And Butcher gets the goal for the Brooklyn Americans. This Americans team had a very good game last week, and it just doesn't seem like it's going to keep going. Or it just doesn't keep going in the favor of the Seals. As you'll see here in a moment by the fact we go into 2 scoreless periods after this score. It's just not something that you want to see happen to your team. And, of course, you see here, final seconds dwindling down. What are the Brooklyn Americans going to do? They're going to make another one. 2-0, 36 seconds left in the first, sorry. I forgot about that. Well, you know what? That's what happens occasionally. You don't pay attention, and that's what's going to be what happens here. But, yeah, this is not a good sign for the Seals, and this game would pretty much stay like this. 2-0, just nobody's day in the league for this game. Because you can see here, we're just going to skip over to the first period after some play, because I didn't feel like cutting to the ending of the period. Barzal gets a shot off, Gibson saves it, 5.2 seconds left, blah blah blah. The Seals team really has their confidence shaken up in the first period, of course, but it's not getting any better for them. 5.1 seconds here. Face off, won by the Americans. They're going to shoot. It's going to go into traffic. And that's going to be the end of the period. So, this game, 2-0, it's not looking good for the Golden Seals. And it doesn't get any better, We're going to go into the second period. You're down 2-0. And if I remember correctly, because I've already made mistakes, nothing gets done in the second period either. Yeah, nothing gets done in the second period. And that's just the way the Seals are going to crumble in this one. Because you go into the third period, you're down 2-0. That's a big confidence shaker. This game is just not looking to go your way. And it's just going to stay that way. I thought the Brooklyn Americans' second goal was last minute, but you know what? I was wrong. The Brooklyn Americans come out of this one victors 2-0. As you can see, what a good game for the Brooklyn Americans. It's just the way the cookie crumbles for the Golden Seals. Almost getting an own goal if that puck were not secured properly. But Americans win 2-0, and here you're going to see your team standings. The Quebec Nordiques sitting 2-0. The Whalers sitting 1 win, 1 overtime loss. The Americans sitting at 1-1. The Flames sitting at 0-2 and have a -2 goal differential. But then you see the Northstars 2-0. Scouts are 1-1. The Rockies are 1-1. The Seals are 1-1. And we'll catch you guys next week when we have the Minnesota Northstars versus the Hartford Whalers as your game of the week.